But before y'all back out of this video, I just want you to listen to what I have to say about a fantastic product. Now, I'm just going to really get descriptive and overanalyze something real quick for y'all. Because as I was looking at my console, right? You know how we got to wear these blue masks, right? For those who maybe got custom masks made with all different shapes, colors, and I mean, I even saw a woman with a mask on that had lips right where her lips were, painted on the window. And the lady was sexy. She had sexy eyes and a sexy body, right? So all I kept doing was looking at those damn lips on that mask, right? And my lips just kept wanting to pull forward, like pucker up, like I wanted to give her a kiss. And I had to catch myself. She walked past me, right? And I almost said, and pucker my lips in the process. But I said, you know what? She might look at me like I'm strange. But maybe she forgot she got that mask on with those lips. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. Maybe there's a reason why she had them on there, because she wants somebody to kiss her. It would have been wrong for me to walk up and kiss a nasty mask that she'd been breathing in all corona all day long. If that's the case, I would have kissed her and walk home with corona on my lips. But let's get down to brass tacks. So I keep my mask that I throw away, the disposable ones, the blue ones, I keep them on my shifter, right where the steering wheel is. It's on the right hand side. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So I hung about 3 or 4 of them, right? Because I just got my AC fixed, thank goodness, because my face was leaking. And what's with these people driving with the mask on? Someone already died with the mask on. Somebody reported them passing out. You know, I'm not surprised, because that mask actually restricts oxygen to the brain and oxygen in the blood cells. And I'm not going to even get into what other things happen because of that. We breathe out carbon dioxide and breathe in oxygen. I mean, put 2 and 2 together, you feel me? And then we're wearing a hot ass mask that we're breathing moisture into all day, and it's humid and sweating on top of that. So all right, let's not get off topic. So I hang those masks on the shifter, right, to get it out of park. And when I got the windows down, well, I did. Now I don't, but they used to blow the mask literally off the shifter and all over the car, right? So somehow I just wasn't thinking. I just put it in the middle of my console, where I got a whole bunch of other crap, little bits and pieces of different stuff, including my handy sleeve, right? So for weeks and weeks, I knew they were stuck to it, but I never did anything about it, and I never really took notice until just now, right? So we have literally 2 masks that blew around the car, right? Some of them I threw in the middle of the console, but somehow it worked its way onto that with the wind blowing, because these things, they don't weigh much. But this is just how good this material is, right? It is like an electromagnet, not a magnet, an electromagnet. For those who know what electromagnetic field is, it is very strong, and is usually powered up through an energy source or something that you plug in, or you send energy to. Unlike regular magnets who have a natural polarity draw, electromagnetic is a little different. Something they use to pick cars up and put them in a pile at a junkyard of some kind. So, as I was saying, look, these things, look, I literally had, this is my second go around. The first one that got stuck to it, because remember I told you I had 4. The first 2 that worked its way here, I don't know how or why. I use this thing, but I haven't been working, so I only use it when I work. But the first 2 sets that I have, the last time I worked, I just peeled them off, but I wasn't thinking. So I thought I'd make a review about this, right? So I had made some pros and cons about this tool. All right, so I don't want to discourage anybody from buying anything. That's not what the whole video was about. And if you missed that, then you really need to go back and watch the video. So my initial thoughts was to make you aware of what to expect. It doesn't mean the product is flawed in any way. That's not what the message was. Every product has their ups and downs. By any means is any one product pristine, as I said in the last video. So I mentioned that fibers get stuck to here, right? Now, that's not a bad thing. I'm going to tell you why. You see, there's good in every bad situation because it could always be much worse, right? So let me tell you how it can always be much worse. So hypothetically speaking, right, if this was made from China or just thrown together like Stevie Wonder, like who did in Iran, and it's a piece of junk made from Singapore or Taiwan or what have you, it wouldn't last. All right, that much I do know. All right, so when you got a product like this, let me tell you how good, because when you squeeze it, you can feel the quality. And I'm not just over exaggerating. I have nothing to gain by telling y'all any of what I'm telling y'all now. I'm not getting paid to say none of this. I'm just sharing knowledge, right? I'm preaching knowledge. I'm being descriptive. I'm over analyzing. That's just what I do. Some of you gonna appreciate this. So you can just feel the quality, right? So let's say this wasn't a good thing. Remember I showed you about the bronze pad, right? That's just wait to see what's coming out. That's going to be corrected. There'll be a new pad coming out. I'm not going to say too much, but let's just put it this way. You won't have to worry about those fibers. All right? So let's talk about other things. All right? That's fine. So we don't have to worry about the fibers on the bronze pad. Let's talk about the other things that we'll be using to stick to this, like the microfiber pads. Because they're like static electricity, they attract dirt and everything else. It may pick up stuff. And when you go to use this, it may pick up stuff. And because it's more stronger than that microfiber rag that attracts things like a static, draw, you're going to end up on here, right? I already showed you how to clean this up. So let's take it one step further. Now, if this wasn't a good product, there wouldn't be as much stuff stuck to it, right? So the fact that it does pull everything out, all right, let's put it this way. You have loose fibers on anything that's made of material. And when you have a product like this and you stick it to it, guess what's going to happen? Those loose fibers are going to get stuck to here. That's a given. It's not rocket science. We know this. All right? So there is different types of Velcro where it will stick, but it won't pull those loose fibers out. But what would you rather have? Something that you got to keep banging just to get it to stick, but when you pull it off, it won't leave fibers behind? Okay. Or would you rather something stick the first time you put it down and it's not easily pulled off? So if you're going a little nuts and crazy, wiping the frames and all that, you couldn't shake it loose unless you literally force it off. That's how good this is. And when you got something like that, of course it's going to leave fibers behind. So I just want to make y'all aware. You see, these masks are the kind of masks that I've used because you can rewash these. But look, it doesn't stick. Well, see, look, it doesn't stick to it because this material is different. So no, not everything is going to stick to this. You just got to know what you're using. But this material right here, it's like spandex. All right, it's like spandex. So it's not like you're going to literally use this to wipe up ledges. You're not going to do that. All right. So I think I've explained enough about this product and how good it is. You don't have to be worried about the pros and the cons. More so about the pros, you got to be more concerned because you should buy it just based on that alone. But the cons are really, really minute. All right. And it really doesn't matter because that's just breaking it down, but that's just making y'all aware of what could happen. Because when you're on a job, it's not something pleasant that you want to have to deal with. But this is Masters at Wagtail, and I'll see you in the next one. But before y'all back